welcome to another SyncSpider showcase. In this video, we'll be demonstrating how to perform a multi-step task. What this means is that we'll send the data over from our source integration to two target integrations. In this use case, we will be importing contacts from Google Sheet to Sendinblue and to another Google Sheet. Alright, let's get started. So first, you need to choose whether to perform this task in an already existing project or to create a new project. Within the project, you need to set up the task that is actually going to transfer the data. Now, within the task, you need to set up source and target integrations. You can either choose the already existing ones that you have set up beforehand and maybe used in one of your other projects, or you can set up new integrations. When setting up Google Sheets as an integration, all you need to do is choose an email whose Google Drive you wish to use. Now it's time to set up our first target integration, which will be Sendinblue. You will be asked for an API key. Simply go to your Sendinblue platform. Then here in the upper right corner, click on your name. Then on SMTP and API. Then click on Create a new API key. You can name it however you wish. Once that is done, simply copy the generated key and paste it where you were prompted to. Okay, so if you wanted to only use one target integration, we would simply click on Next and proceed with configuring the task. But since we want another target integration, we need to click on this plus sign here where it says Add a new target. And as you said, our second target integration is going to be another Google Sheet. Now we need to configure our source integration. What this means basically is selecting a spreadsheet from our Google Drive that we wish to use. Once you select it, it will automatically recognize all the columns within that sheet, such as email, first name, last name, and company. After that is done, we can proceed over to our next step. But before we do that, I'd like to once again divert your attention. Here in the upper portion of the screen, you see a nice linear representation of every step that we need to take before completing the task. Here you can filter the source data if you do not wish to send all the contacts. Here you can see the criteria by which you can filter the data. But for the purpose of this video, we will simply skip this step as it's entirely optional. Now we have reached the mapping section. Mapping is an act of matching the fields of your source integration found here on the left-hand side with the fields of the target integration found here on the right-hand side. SyncSpider has made this really easy, as it's only a matter of dragging and dropping the desired fields. After you've done mapping everything you want to, you can proceed to the next step. Now bear in mind that since we have two targets, we'll need to configure our second target as well. Since it's Google Sheet, we'll need to select the place in our Google Drive where we wish to store that sheet. Here you need to add the columns that you wish your new Google Sheet to have. So for example, let's create the email column. That should suffice for the purpose of this video. Now when we click on Next, once again we'll have to map the fields of our source and target integration. Okay, now after that is done, we can proceed to our last step, which is configuring various task settings. Here you can either rename the task, give it a short description so you can keep a better track of everything, and set how the task is going to get triggered. It can get triggered on a schedule, basically hourly, daily, weekly, at a specified time, or on an event. We devoted a whole video to this type of task automation, so if you want, you can check it out. After you have fine-tuned everything, you can click on Finish and you will be taken to this project dashboard. Here, as you see, there's a nice visual representation of what is actually going to happen once the task is triggered. One Google Sheet is going to send out data to both Sendinblue and to another Google Sheet. Now here, in this section, you can edit this task, you can duplicate it, delete it, see the execution log history if you ran it before, and you can activate it so you can start the task manually. Upon triggering the task, you'll get taken to the task execution log. Here you can follow the task progress in real time. Alright, looks like our task is finished. It's time to check whether the contacts got successfully imported. Let's first check send in blue. Yes, as you see, we have 3 new contacts, and you can either go to your Google Drive to check the newly created Google Sheet, or you can access it via this link here. As you see, a new spreadsheet was created with only the email list. Alright, so that was pretty much it. Thank you all for joining us today in this short and simple demonstration of a multi-step task. If you like what you see, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel for more showcases and webinars. Additionally, you can visit our website or get in touch with us on our Facebook page. Until next time, take care.